Hi class, welcome to the guided search. This is going to be your opportunity to try out some of those advanced search strategies that you learned in the Research Basics workshop. Before you get started, there's a little bit of housekeeping. While you are doing the guided search, I would suggest that you open up the guided search template, and it looks like this, and complete it as you go. That way you don't have to write things down and you can just copy and paste. The other thing that I'd like you to know is that you're going to be seeing my screen for a search that I performed. You may have different things on your screen. Materials are added to databases all the time. So instead of focusing on looking for the same article that I'm looking at, you should be looking at the number of the article on the results list. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start on the Fullerton College Library homepage. Now we do have a one search box here. However, this is a new product and it's still pretty buggy. So we are going to use the one search previous version. And if you're working from home, you'll need to sign in. We're going to start with just a keyword search for opioid abuse. One of the really nice features of the previous version is that it also gives you research starters. And research starters are lovely articles, mostly encyclopedia entries, that can give you some of that background information so that you can use better search terms as you move forward. To take a look at the research starter, go to Read More. And the first thing that you need to do is to read it, and then down at the bottom is a bibliography. You need to choose one of these entries to put on your assignment sheet. So let's go back and use the arrow button to our results. And the second thing that you need to do is just choose a random journal article. And you will be able to recognize a journal article by this icon. You don't need to go far. If you want to choose the very first one, that is absolutely fine. The next step is to start with the advanced search strategy of turning this into a phrase search. And to turn opioid abuse into a phrase, you're going to put quotation marks around it. And then you're going to search again. Notice how you have fewer results and different results. When you do a phrase search, you're telling the database, I want these words in this order. So for this particular step in the guided search, you're supposed to choose the 13th article. But if I scroll down, it only goes to number 10. So I need to show more results to get to number 13. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to go to the advanced search, and that is up towards the right-hand corner below your search box. And as I'm looking at these, I see that opioid abuse is a subject term. So we're going to go from a keyword search to a subject search. And to do that, we need to go to advanced search and then go to all fields. And we want to turn that into subject term search. And then we'll search again. We have even fewer because remember, keywords means that it mentions it. Subject search means that it's about it. For this one, you're going to need to go to the 13th. So you could change this to show 20, or you could just scroll down like we did in the previous one and go to the 13th. Now, this is pretty basic. We're going to go back to our advanced search, and now we're going to add in a second term. And we're going to look at behavior and search again. We have really cut down on the number of results because now we're looking at two different ideas. The idea of opioid abuse and its relation to behavior. For this particular search, you need to choose the first article. For our next step, we're going to try a little bit of truncation. So go back to advanced search, and we're going to take our behavior and use the asterisk and therapy. Now this will bring up information for behavioral therapy. So remember, with the asterisk, it's just the root word and then whatever ending might follow. And search again. We have even fewer. For the truncation search, you would use the second one. But now we're going to get a little bit more into the minutia. The next step is to choose a source type. And we're going to go here to the source type dropdown. We're going to choose academic journals. We're going to apply that to our results. And now we have even fewer. But we're not done yet. The next thing that we're going to do is set on a date limiter. So we're going to go to the all-time dropdown and choose the past 5 years. And now we have a lot more manageable results. A quick tip for getting the titles. This one you're going to use the 8th, but I'm going to just choose this first one. If you open it up and copy from here, instead of trying to copy the hyperlink, it's a lot easier. Now, for the searching part with opioid abuse, you're done. However, on your assignment sheet, there's 2 more questions. You need to talk about what is the value of building a search slowly. And then number 10 is for you to use your topic. Come up with some search terms and some limiters. And then what I'd like for you to do is talk about what limiters worked best and why. And remember, this is going to be your topic, the one that you chose, not opioid abuse. So make sure that you don't just go and look at the limiters that we put on for opioid abuse. So that should do it. That should get you started. If you have any questions, please reach out. And good luck and happy searching.